Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host. As always, my co host might not come right now, but he might come later. He might come later. So you're stuck with me until the market opens. And of course, you see my smile. Pretty big deal. Pretty big deal was just announced before the market opened. Nvidia and Intel related. Also want to touch on, if you kind of missed the news about PayPal and Google yesterday, we'll go over that as well. And of course, I'll touch on why AMD is down pre-market. So first of all, good morning, everyone. Good morning in the chat, or good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing very well today. My call options are going to print money today. But yeah. Anywho, what do we have? Well, we have this pretty big deal, and this again reaffirms my how do you say this? When there is smoke, there is fire, right? Because we've been hearing a little bit about the Nvidia Intel connection for a while. Now, for those that are unaware and don't know why Intel is up so much pre-market, Nvidia is also up and AMD is down, it's because of this. Nvidia and Intel to develop AI infrastructure and personal computing products. Intel to design and manufacture custom data center and client CPUs with NVIDIA NVLink, and NVIDIA will invest $5 billion in Intel common stock. Well, they've already invested, actually. It says it right here. They will invest at a lower price than the price we're at right now. They will invest $5 billion at $23.28. And so that's the big news. So why is it a big deal? Well, this is basically it. They announced a collaboration to jointly develop multiple generations of custom data center and PC products that accelerate applications and workloads across hyperscale, enterprise, and consumer markets. The companies will focus on seamlessly connecting NVIDIA and Intel architectures using NVIDIA NVLink, integrating the strength of NVIDIA's AI and accelerated computing with Intel's leading CPU technologies and x86 ecosystem to deliver cutting-edge solutions for customers. For data centers, Intel will build NVIDIA custom x86 CPUs that NVIDIA will integrate into its AI infrastructure platform and offer to the market. For personal computing, this is important, Intel will build and offer to the market x86 system on chips that integrate NVIDIA RTX GPU chiplets. These new x86 RTX system on chips will power a wide range of PCs that demand integration of world-class CPUs and GPUs. And by the way, there will be a conference with Liputan and Jensen Huang later today, 10 a.m. Pacific or 1 p.m. Eastern. So stay tuned for that. I don't know if I don't think I'll actually be home for this, but there will anyways be a shorter video of whatever we're talking about during the live stream. So this is a big deal. Now, of course, yes, like Samurai says here, this of course will take a while, but it changes the sentiment around Intel right now, and that was one of the big catalysts. It changes the sentiment around Intel. This will push Intel to then, invest more in R&D, invest more in 14A, and puts them back on the map, right? Because now you have Intel and Nvidia here. Of course, if Intel and Nvidia here are winning or partnering up, which you can say they are winning, how will this affect the likes of ARM? How will this affect the likes of AMD? Well, if we go and look at ARM and AMD right now, we can see that AMD, at the time of being live, they're down a little bit, right? They're down around, actually, we can look here at the pre-market. AMD is down 4.2%, and ARM is down, I think, around also something like that, 4% or so, to be exact, 3.5% at the moment. Now, why is this bad? Well, because this puts, again, when we talk about Intel versus AMD, this puts Intel back into competition, right? In competition with AMD, which has been taking market share with Intel since Intel, well, they didn't perform very well over the last couple of years. Yes, in certain markets, Intel was still the leader in market share, but AMD was definitely catching up. Now, with this combination of Intel and Nvidia, yes, this could increase the competition to AMD, and that's why you're seeing the stock go down here a little bit. That said, when we talk about the data center GPU side of things, again, I still think that AMD will crush it in the years to come. I don't think that this announcement today is going to change anything, especially not for me, when we talk about the MI 400 series and the MI 500 series. I still think that AMD will generate tens of billions of dollars in revenue from the GPU, the AI cycle. But this means now that Intel can actually compete with AMD. Intel will actually be a very, very competitive alternative right now for the market. And so it's a very, very big positive thing. We're back. I don't know what happened. We're back. Anyways, I was saying, I don't know why there was a refresh here. I was saying too much good news. The stream cannot handle it. The stream cannot handle it. No, it did crash, but we are back. So what I was saying is this is a very, very good thing for Intel. Yeah, optics-wise, it's not great for AMD at the moment. But will this derail AMD's growth? I don't think so. But the stock right now, as you can see, is back to $150, back to prices not seen since last week, Monday. But that's it. AMD's roadmap, right? The fact that they have a very, very competitive MI 400, they will have a very competitive MI 500, is not because they worked on it last quarter. or last month or whatever. No, they've been working on it for quite a while. So again, the deal here, the announcement of Nvidia and Intel, this is good. This is a good catalyst for the stock to go up. This is a good catalyst for sentiment around Intel to change. But these products that they will be working on will not be released tomorrow or next quarter. It will take some time. But I am quite happy. I am quite happy because, well, the fact that my timing on these call options was so good, whether it's because of the small stake that the US government took in this, or now we've got this one, which I think this one is a much bigger deal. This one is a much bigger deal because this is business related. Yes, there is a $5 billion investment, but there is also a business partnership here. And that's a bigger deal. We do also have other names that are up. Equipment makers are up as well. So maybe that might explain why ASML over the last couple of days went up. I mean, look at this. Insane. Yeah, exactly. Someone knew something. ASML is up 7% pre-market. ASML is up 7% pre-market. I think, is Synopsys up? Let's see if Synopsys is up. I would be surprised. Yeah, Synopsys is up here as well because now the headwind, right, of their IP business, which again they didn't say Intel, but the market understood that this was because of Intel. Suddenly maybe this goes away a little bit. So Synopsys is up, ASML is up. Let's see if Lam Research is up a little bit because of the equipment making aspect. Lam Research is up as well. So yeah, I don't know if people they knew something before we did, because I mean, look at this rally from ASML and then now the huge jump here. Am I going to exit my options? That's a good question. I still don't know, depending on how much they're up today. I might just take my initial investment out of it and let the rest ride, because I do still think that with the momentum now and the sentiment shift around Intel, I do feel like, yes, we can go even higher, which I actually I didn't even show where we're at right now. Intel is up 30% pre-market, which means we're at $32 right now. $32 right now. My strike price is $30 January 2027. So I am, of course, very much in the green here, but it can go higher. Now the question is, do I want to be greedy? Right? Can it go to 40? It can, definitely, over the next couple of months. It can definitely go to 40. But yeah, maybe I'll just, depending on how much we're up today, I can just exit what I put in and let the rest ride until, yeah, maybe if it hits 40, I'll completely exit from it and then maybe go back to just buying the shares outright. I don't know if that's the good strategy or not, because I'm not an options expert. This was the first time I bought call options, and it was a hit. You know what they say, when you enter a casino and the first hand that you play, you win. It's the worst thing that can happen to you, because you think this is going to be the norm, and then you lose it all and even more. So whoever knows here a lot about options, do educate me in the comment section below what the best strategy is going forward. I bought my options when Intel was quite low here, 21 or so, $21, $22. We're now at 32. My strike price is $30 January 2027. So let me know. Let me know what I should do. And for those that are unaware, I did hold Intel shares before I went into the options. I held Intel shares for quite a while, actually. And then I decided, you know what? I still want Intel, but I want to free up some cash. So I bought Intel options for less than what I had as pure shares. And turns out to be the good move. But yeah. Good times. Well, good times. Until I have not secured any profits, there's nothing to be happy about. But yeah, it's it's not bad for now. For those that are just joining us, this is basically the big news. AMD is down a little bit, ARM is down a little bit. Equipment makers like ASML, um, well, it's not an equipment maker, but Synopsys is up as well on this announcement right now. So pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. We do well. My other option play, my other option play is PayPal, which yes, still I'm still actually a holder of PayPal shares as well, a little bit. PayPal yesterday was up, not much, but we'll take what we can get. We'll take what we can get with PayPal. It was up yesterday 2.6%, and right now pre-market we are also above $70 at the moment. We're quickly going to touch on that. Adam's saying, just hold on, it may go much further than you think. Be patient. Yeah, but the thing is, with options, you have to take into consideration the time, right? Because I do believe it can go up much further. But now I'm thinking about, do I need to be extra greedy, or can I just secure what I put in? Right? If I put in 10K, it's up more than double, definitely up more than double right now. Can I just take out my 10K and then leave the rest there? Even if it goes higher, fine by me, but at least my initial investment is off the table. So yeah. But I do think that a lot of people are actually going to be in the green if it does open above $30 right now. Vishnu, thank you very much for a super chat. Caught the Intel bottom, thanks to you. Well, at least one person caught the bottom here, thanks to me. I appreciate that. Roberto, congrats on the Intel. Other topic: Iron has run a lot. Do you think a deal is incoming? And if so, dilution watch. Good question. Which I'll answer in a bit. You could cash out the options and just buy shares of Intel. I think that makes more sense. Which I think this will anyways be my play if I completely sell out of my Intel shares. If I completely sell out, then I might just go back to holding shares outright. Or even if I sell now half of it, why not buy a position just from the shares and let the rest ride and see what happens. It's a good conundrum to have right now. I have to admit. I'm going back to Iron real quick. It has run up a lot. Where is it right now? Here, it's up another 2%. We're at $38. Is a deal incoming? I mean, if you listen to the Uber Iron Bulls, they've been telling us that the deal is incoming for quite a while, and the stock keeps going up and up and up and up in anticipation of the deal, in, of course, relation to Nebius getting a deal, CoreWeave getting deals. So Iron, I mean, if you go back and listen to what management has said, and I still own Iron shares, I have no plans on selling those shares right now, even though maybe logically speaking could take profits after a double in a month or so. But if you listen to what management has said last earnings call, is that they're not going to take any random deals out there. They will take a deal that makes sense for them with a good return on investment, with high margins, and where it gives them flexibility. So do I think a deal will come? Yes, I do think a deal will be announced. When? I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know when that deal will be announced. If you own calls, you're better off selling the calls and getting the extra premium that will be built in them instead of dealing with it with just the shares. Like this. Interesting. If I am low on cash, it might be a golden opportunity. I have cash. Could always raise more cash if I need it. The wheel. Okay. 1, buy through selling puts, then got assigned and sell cover calls where you would like to sell and you can make so much money on premiums. You see, this is when things become a bit more complicated for me. Like I said, I am still a noob here in this options game, but maybe I'll talk to TJ the wheel deal. He might explain things for me in a better, maybe simpler answer for me. Do you buy more the local? Probably I will. Yes, probably I will, for sure. For sure. I mean, that's what I said yesterday, so I'm not going to change my mind today. Do you think Iron can give Nebius a ride for their money? Ah, same, but different. The different type of game that they're playing at right now. Both are winners, and both will continue to be winners. What's the expiration? January 27. So still a year and a half or so, almost. I mean, a year and 3-4 months or so time. Hold the options for a couple of weeks. Usually a gap up on great news leads to shorter term momentum. The more you move away from the strike price, the more you're right. And this is why I'm saying maybe just take what I put in off the table, let the rest continue to go up, because yes, the further away we are from that $30 on the upside, the better it will look for sure. I agree. I mean, right now, pre-market, we're at $32.5 with, I guess, not that much volume. We can open up much higher. We can also open up a bit lower than this. Remains to be seen. But of course, the options will be quite volatile, actually. Hide my joy. You're correct. I shall not be happy. What about Novo Nordisk? Yeah, Novo is also up almost 8% today after a successful phase 3 that was announced, I believe, yesterday after the close. And it has had nice little momentum over the last couple of days. So that's definitely positive news for Novo Nordisk. Now, quickly switching back here to AMD. Of course, I'm also an AMD bull. Are you less inclined to pick up shares of AMD right now, or are you completely unfazed? I am not unfazed, but I am willing to give the stock market time to figure out where they want to put AMD shares right now. I am in no hurry to buy more. If we do get in the 140s or so, probably I will be adding a little bit more. Yes, because I still think the growth story there makes a lot of sense still. And like I said, the Intel announcement is great for Intel, great for the sentiment around the stock, but these things will take time. Just know I'd keep them all. Just giving that. No, I appreciate that. Just want to hear different. I still haven't done anything, right? I still haven't done anything. I'll probably still think about it even when the market opens. So we'll see. But like I said, it's a good discussion to have right now. It's better to have like this discussion. How much more money can I make from these options than, oh shit, can I lose them all tomorrow? Let's see. Yeah, okay. So quickly switching to Google PayPal. Now, PayPal, as you know, I still hold a little bit of shares, but this one I also have call options. I have March 2026, June 2026, $100 strike price, and January 2027, $120 strike price. The reasoning behind it is quite simple. I view PayPal as extremely undervalued. For the March and June one, I gave them 2 to 3 quarters time to convince the market that the company is worth way more than what it is today. I gave them, of course, the option of having 1 to 3 rate cuts, should help them as well. And then the January 2027 is me just giving them a lot of time and giving the market a lot of time to understand that, yeah, PayPal should be worth a lot more. That said, remember that we started the year at 94, we're at 90 plus dollars at the start of the year. PayPal today, to me, is a better company than where it was at the start of the year. And if you look at the rally last year started here at the bottom of $57, and it went up and up and up and up throughout the back half of 2024. Could the same happen right now? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I sure hope so, because here again, if we do hit $90 or even $100 by December or January, I will be quite happy with my options. The March and the June one especially, and of course the January 120. This one will give them even more time. But that's just the option play, and of course it's time sensitive, etc., etc. So we'll see how that works out. For those that don't know what happened, this was basically it. Google and PayPal forged a multi-year partnership to revolutionize commerce. And so for some, this might not look like a big deal, but it is a big deal because here again, it is about sentiment. You're talking here about an extremely cheap company that's very profitable with a shareholder yield of above 11% right now. That's a shareholder yield of 11% and you're not even calculating any growth. Pretty good deal if you ask me. So what are they going to focus on? Agentic shopping and commerce experiences. Okay, we've seen that also with Perplexity. I said in yesterday's video, I see this as Google Gemini becoming also more agentic. I think Gemini 3 will come out later this year. I do believe that we might maybe get an agentic AI Chrome, which means that if you want your AI agents to do things for you, whether it's order food, book a hotel, book a flight, yes, it will do everything, but it also needs to do that last thing, which is the payment part. By partnering up with something like PayPal, I think you can do that in a very, very secure and seamless way. They also say here that they are going to expand payment processing. So PayPal Enterprise Payments will be one of the key payment providers processing card payments across Google Cloud, Google Ads, and Google Play, boosting PayPal's role as a trusted payment solution within Google's core platform. What we're getting here is, of course, an increase in TPV. So it is a big deal. It is a big deal. The stock went only up 2.6%, but at this point, I'm not even going to complain because remember, with PayPal, every good news, stock went down previously. So now that it's up 2.6% and we're up another couple of 2.2% pre-market, I'm not going to complain. Okay. We'll be at 70, and then we'll have another month and a half or so, I believe, until the next earnings report. If we can be at $80 by then, I think I'll be happy. I mean, I know I'll be happy. First live stream. Well, welcome to you. Happy that you're here, and welcome to everyone actually joining me this fine moment and fine morning. Yeah, I do hope this can push PayPal a little bit higher. But look, Alex Chris is definitely moving this company in the right direction. We've had quite a lot of announcements, especially in 2025, that they're making the right moves. They're partnering up with the right big companies, especially for that next big step. If we truly believe in agentic AI and AI agents, I am happy to see that PayPal is putting its pawns in the right positions. We also had the Germany UK ads announcement yesterday. The ads business, I do believe you're paying literally $0 for it when you're buying PayPal right now. It will provide the company with a lot of upside, but right now you're paying $0 because we are not getting that much information financially from it. But I do think that in 26 we're going to get a lot more advertising information from the company. Gabriel, thank you for the super chat. Just because Orange Man and Leather Jacket Man pump Intel, it won't change AMD trajectory in the coming years. Remember, AMD dethroned Intel in CPU, will do the same to Nvidia and GPU. Um, Again, it's less about the US taking a stake in it and Nvidia investing 5 billion. It's more about the business partnership that we're getting here. AMD dethroned Intel in CPU. Market share wise, Intel is still leading. Intel is still leading by a wide margin, actually. They will do the same with NVIDIA GPU. Again, here as well, we're talking about NVIDIA with almost 90% market share. And so AMD could be taking market share, but I don't think dethroning is going to happen. Is going to happen anytime soon. Marcos, I appreciate that. I used to wake up to consume coffee. Now I wake up to consume some couch investor. I appreciate the content, Mr. Fernandez. Thank you very much. I have a very, very important game this weekend playing against Chelsea, who did not really play. Played okay yesterday against Bayern, but the ref screwed us on that first goal, and then Palmer scored a nice one. Scored two. One was offside, but okay. Wasn't the greatest night yesterday. Wasn't 2012. But yeah, pre-market, Nvidia is up 2.5%. Google is up almost 8%. We have Cadence up 4% pre-market. Synopsys is up 7% on that Nvidia and Intel news. CrowdStrike is up 5.5%. So we're going to have to look at that. Applied Materials up 5%. Lam Research 3.5%. All of that pre-market, of course. Yes, AMD is down 4.7% because of the NVIDIA and Intel announcement. That's it. Why is CrowdStrike up so much? I will check. Maybe a deal, or maybe also a price target. A price target upgrade, maybe. For those wondering why TSM might be down a little bit, probably because this NVIDIA Intel news might mean that NVIDIA will use Intel Foundry. I assume that is that, but again, we'll have a call between the two CEOs later this year. Okay, so CrowdStrike is up after Investor Day. Guided to 20+% net new ARR for fiscal year 27 versus 12% sell side models. So that's the reason why CrowdStrike is up so much before the market opens. I have nightmares about you getting too much money, retiring early, and ditching YouTube. I mean, that's a good nightmare to have, I would say. A good market to have, but I don't think I will be retiring anytime soon. Although you never know. You never know. But even if I retire, who says I'm going away? Who says I'm going away? You will just maybe have live streams at the beach somewhere with some sea turtles. Who knows? Who knows? So touching on this, because I'll probably get a lot of questions about it. I bought more AMD at 177 when it was going up. So the quick question here is, why did you buy it at 177? Purely because the stock was going up, or because you liked the business? If you like the business, then it's fine. Then you should like the business today. Although yes, there is now maybe an added competition, but that's going to happen in a couple of years' time. But if you bought it purely because of the stock going up and the momentum, then yeah, there might be a problem. There might be a problem. Marcos, thank you for becoming a member. Really appreciate that as well. Miami Beach, yeah, but for Miami Beach, I think you need quite a lot of money. You need an insane amount of money actually to buy something in Miami. Forget about Miami Beach. In Miami, you need a lot of money. It's probably going to be Montana first, like a nice little ranch in Montana, quiet. I'm not going to complain. I am not going to complain. Wim says a market crash is imminent with the prices people are paying for technology stocks too high. It's a question. Okay, no, sorry, it's a question. Is a crash imminent? I mean, if you believe the bears, then a crash has been imminent for the last 3 years, especially for the last 1 year. Do I believe that some names are expensive? Yes, I do. Do I believe that the whole market is expensive? I do not. I do not. There are definitely names that are overvalued, but there are a lot of names that are not. That's why I've been talking about where is my lovely Google, right? Google right now is trading at what, 25, 26 times forward earnings. It was trading here at 20 times or so. I don't know if that's expensive. I don't think it is. I think the big companies are just becoming so profitable that it might seem super expensive because the stocks have gone up and up and up. But I don't think a market crash is imminent. Although you never know. You never know. A pullback is not always a bad thing. A pullback allows us to buy great companies at cheaper prices. How much are my? I don't know. We'll see when the market opens. We'll see when the market opens because pre-market, the options don't move much. At least not on my platform. They don't move much at all. Thoughts on Rubrik? The more I look at Rubrik, the more I like it. I'll be honest. The more I look at it, the more I like it. I don't know if I need to open a new position in the portfolio. You might say, "Oh, but look at this crash." I'm like, exactly. I like it even more because of this crash, because this was a great quarter, good guidance, and you're now getting to buy Rubrik. By the way, for those who don't know, it's a cybersecurity company that went public last year. You get to buy it at a 25% discount. Yeah, there is a lot to like here. There is definitely a lot to like. You own Palo Alto and a bit of Sentinel-1. Yeah, I like Rubrik a lot. I've been talking a lot more about it over the last week or so. So, yeah, I like it. Would you become a farmer, the couch farmer? I don't know. Not so bad, right? You have your own food. You actually do something throughout the day. Not Why not? Why not? Quite crazy when you think about it, because we're here on YouTube streaming and all of that. But could be a chill, could be a chill life. Could be a chill life. Um, you should be, yeah. Again, depending on the brokerage, I know mine has a horrible UI, and to be honest, actually has a 15 minutes delay at first, which is horrible. Which is horrible. So why don't I change it? It's a good question. I might just transfer everything I have there to another brokerage. So this is the question I asked myself as well today, throughout the live stream. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's either take out the initial investment and let the rest ride, and then buy back some shares of Intel, or not touch it. Or depending if we go even higher today, like if we go to $35 today or whatever, can happen, then yes, I might just completely sell out, or do half, like half sell and buy back shares. But it will depend, I guess, on what's happening when the market opens. For the same price we open, and the stock will only be up 10% at the end of the day. Or, I don't know. We've seen crazier things. We've seen crazier things in this market. Neil, did you sell half the? No, I didn't sell. I did not sell. No. But at one point, I was like, maybe I should have sold when it did go back down, but no, I didn't. I didn't sell, and now I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy with that. But yeah, technically, when we had this conversation after the US government took a stake in it, my options were already up more than double. So I could have sold and bought back again. But then again, could have, should have. What's the point of what I could have done? We are today, September, I don't even know, September 18. We have great news with Intel, and this is the reality right now. There's no point in me saying, oh, I should have done this, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Um, Lots of mistakes are being made if you do start to think like this. Oh, I should have done this, should have done that. No, you didn't do it. Okay, we move on. Um, and it's not like we're not making money with this right now. Sounds like NVIDIA Sniff's 18A process is bound for greatness. I believe it's more about the 14A than 18A. But yeah, I guess 18A doesn't suck that much for them to come and see and have more confidence in 14A for sure. More ASML orders with this investment? That's a good question. Maybe yes, if we start seeing Intel go back to their previous investments and foundry build-outs, etc., then yes. If not, then this is just again a sentiment switch on the stock. Which, yeah, with the market, a lot of times all it takes is just a change in sentiment, a couple of catalysts here and there, and then poof, stock jumps. Sometimes that's good enough. Sometimes that's good enough for a market, for the stocks, for the market. I like the the French here that you added for breathing. Yeah, what is Nvidia? What did you say? 2.8%. So we're back to 175. We're at 180. When will it reach 200? That's a good question. That's a good question. It's a nice look. It's a nice little pullback. We were also overbought here in 180, 184. We're overbought. Nice little pullback. We're not going to go back above that 50-day moving average. But 200, the thing is, it will happen. Like, do we need it to happen tomorrow? If yes, then it's just for us to sell. But it will probably happen eventually. Does the I mean, they definitely see AMD as a very good competitor, right? I don't think anyone will tell you otherwise. But does it change anything here? Changes a little bit, but I don't think it changes anything about the MI 400s for next year. The MI 350 series, definitely not. But yeah, it's very good for Intel. Let's put it that way. It's a very, very good thing for Intel. Do I think that the tariffs are going to be put as illegal? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, even if I say yes or no, it doesn't really change much. So I don't know right now. And that was Dutch or Flemish for those that didn't. For those that don't know. What is Nvidia's market cap at 200? I guess, I don't know, what is it? What is it right now? 4.4? 4.1. So yeah, I guess it's going to be 4.5, 4.6, something like that. Because here at 186, I believe it was 4.3, 4.4. Yeah, so a bit more than that. A bit more than that. Marvell, yeah. What is Marvell doing? Marvell is also up 2%. Yeah, has been recovering after that earnings crash. We're now up 17, 18%. 17, 18%. Not bad. Yeah, next time Uber Where is Uber? I always have the same problem finding it. Too many. Just right. It's probably right in front here. Let's just write Uber. Where are we now? 90. Here. 93. Okay. It did hold here on that 50-day moving average. But yeah, next time we do get very close to 100, I will mute Jose. I will mute Jose. Neil, what did you sell open? I didn't sell completely out of open. I took profits of open. Why? Because I don't know, when you get a 10x in what was it? In a matter of 2 months, I guess it's fine not to take some profits. That's just, I mean, 10x in 2 months and not taking profits is a bit crazy. So yeah, I took profits. And along the way, I had questions about Eric and his price targets, and I explained why. Exactly, Jose. You see, people don't forgive you. People don't forgive you about what you did to Uber. Look, we were so close. So close. 99.7. 99.7. Check Bloom Energy. Yeah, I know. That one is up a significant amount. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, we 217% in 2 months here as well. That's quite nuts. It was you. No, it was you. It was you. I predicted the $100, and then you jinxed. You jinxed it. You jinxed it. Yeah, I would be foolish. And I mean, it's not. I didn't close. I sold profits because I still think that yes, we can push this thing even higher. Maybe not, but after a 10x, yeah, you would be foolish not to take money off the table. And no, with SoFi is a real business, okay? So there is a big difference between SoFi and Open Door right now. Big difference. Yeah, the reason why Jose is not here actually is because he's hiding. He's in hiding. He cannot stand the fact that Intel is up so much. He cannot stand the fact that Intel is up so much. So he's not coming on the channel today. But as you can see, we are now up only 29%. We were up a little bit more. Than that. Yeah, that's a good point, Russell. Good point. Once Nvidia does coming closer to that $200 mark, we shall make some voodoo. On it. There was a question here. Maybe not a question, but a comment. I forgot. I didn't forget. I just didn't talk about it. So Meta yesterday, yesterday evening, night for us Europeans, had their Meta Connect event. There were a couple of live demos that happened during that event, and every live demo didn't really work as intended. Now, while this might be seen as, oh, look, they flopped, etc., the fact that they were okay to try live demos on stage with this new tech shows me that Zuck is not afraid to fail. Demo, they went with the second one, they went with the third one, confident in the tech that they have, in the product that they're releasing. Would have been great if the demo worked. But it just shows the difference between the mentality at Meta right now and maybe something like Apple. Because Apple doesn't push the boundaries anymore. With Meta, they do. So they did announce new Meta smart glasses, better battery, better camera, better sound, some new capabilities, a new Meta Oakley glasses, and then the new um, glasses with a little screen here. And that's going to be released, I believe, later this month. Um, that's going to be released later this month. Let me actually see if I can find it. If I can find some posts about it. It's going to cost quite a lot. $800 or so. Who do we have here? Yeah, you're muted. It doesn't matter.
Testing. Any better?
Better.
All right. What's going on, Neil and everybody? I know you guys miss me.
What's going on is
My favorite semiconductor company saved your favorite semiconductor company, and I don't get a thank you. I don't get a thank you. That's what's going on, Neil.
I'm still waiting for Jensen to come on the channel. That was your job. That was your job.
But yeah, Neil, I mean, I'm pretty sure you talked about it, but there were a lot of movement in the semiconductor market. I mean, it wasn't just obviously, and sorry, am I interrupting? Nope. All right. John Doe say, please don't jinx Intel now as well. I'll try not to. I mean, I think it was a pretty good win for Intel. And Lee Bhutan is, I'm pretty sure you mentioned the GOAT. He has great partnerships and great friendships. He mentioned one of the reasons he did this. Obviously, there's the business aspect, but he is very respected with SoftBank. A few weeks ago, there was a question of why SoftBank invested, and they said obviously they saw great valuations, but Lee Bhutan is great friends with our SoftBank's chairman or CEO. And it seems like we saw Lee Bhutan posted a selfie with Jensen because they're best friends. So that relationships and kind of credibility in the industry goes a long way, as we can see. And let's see.
Did you watch
yeah.
Did you watch the Meta event yesterday?
I saw it. Cringed a lot, but pretty cool at the same time.
I mean, this is cool. Like what he just, for those that didn't watch, he has here a wristband and he's basically writing with his hand the text that you're seeing here. So you can't be texting without having to pull out your phone because you will have a little, very, very small screen here. The thing that he's seeing right here. And he's writing that on WhatsApp right here, which was pretty cool. It's going to cost quite a lot of money, actually. These
coming from an Intel rich person, you guys so half a contract, then you can buy it.
Correct. Correct. It's $800, but I think it's only available in the US first. Because I tried to buy, I couldn't find it on the Belgian store just yet.
I mean, I'm not rich or anything. I didn't think the price was bad. Just because it seems like all the apps are still working in there, right? Like you were connected to WhatsApp. It seems like you might be connected to some form. So it's like you still have all these applications. So I think for the technology, it's not the worst thing for what you're getting. I don't think they're having some crazy markup in price here, right? Because just a Meta, I mean, just Ray-Ban glasses in general are just in theory about $200 or so, right?
Yeah, $200-300, yeah, or so, something like that. No, it's the thing is, it's way more expensive than the other smart glasses.
Roberto, it's not fascinating for me. I was just saying, in comparison to technology, right? You're buying an iPhone for what, $1,200-1,300. I'm not saying this is like an iPhone-based product, but to kind of get all that technology within it, I don't think the margins are anywhere high here for Meta. Like when I meant expensive, I meant for what the technology and what probably is the cost of them. Um, but yeah, let's talk about this, Neil. There's so much to unpack here. Um, the first thing is, in this kind of headline, it says Intel to design and manufacture custom data center CPUs. But throughout the press release, we didn't hear anything about the manufacturing side. Do you think, is it just because it's most likely not going to happen in Intel 18A or 14A? It's most likely going to happen in something further on. Is that what we're going to learn about during the events? That's my first question. They talked about manufacturing here, but never again was it mentioned later on throughout the press release that I saw.
It says it will build. Yeah, okay, but that's.
Yeah. So I see this as a huge design win for Intel, a huge design win for Intel. I mean, the
And
best thing
Synopsys.
here, yeah, you saw Synopsys up 11% because Synopsys, we talked about it on stream that they were down because one of their partners in the manufacturing wasn't getting customers, not even internal customer. Even if Nvidia isn't designing it, if the other one's going to be a huge internal win for Intel. So you're going to see Synopsys roll up. You saw a lot of equipment players. I think ASML was up about 4 or 5%.
Yep.
Applied Materials. Intel was slowing down the manufacturing push. Now with this added influx of $5 billion, it increases the chances of Intel buying more equipment. To me, the thing that really stuck out is this is NVIDIA finally entering in the x86 with their NVLink connection. So before, where you can buy an NVIDIA GPU and you can use an Intel CPU, but that was mainly through PCIe, the typical, just like the DGX B200. Now, NVIDIA has obviously talked about their NVLink Fusion, the ability to kind of expand into other markets. They are making these data center products better in the x86, where you can use NVIDIA GPU and use Intel CPU with that NVLink connection. So this is, again, this is for the x86 market. NVIDIA has it already for the CPUs for the ARM base. But I do think that was a major win. And then for the consumer, it kind of goes similar into the consumer space with x86 and using NVIDIA GPU chiplets. So I think the partnership is great. I saw ARM stock down about 5%, AMD stock almost down about 5%. It makes sense on the top level overview. For ARM, you used to see the growth opportunity from NVIDIA with the ARM CPUs, but now you're saying they're going to be a nice partner with the x86 CPU players. How can that transform? You see a little bit more friction, at least on the top level. With AMD, very similar. Now, if you want to probably get the best x86 and AI accelerator, you're going to have two options. You're going to have the option of either buying AMD with its full stack solution, where it has their AMD CPU and AMD GPU, and then they have their own interconnect. I forget what their interconnect is. Infinity Connect. I forget what their actual connection is, but
for
they have
NVIDIA?
For AMD and AMD, they have their own interconnect solution. Now, this is a way where Intel and NVIDIA can actually play in that x86 market with their own connection as well. So I like it. I think it's pretty great for Intel. And we can see the stock is up a nice amount.
Yeah, I think we're going to hear more at 1 p.m. Eastern, especially on the manufacturing side of things. 14A, maybe not. Could be something from this deal, but here again, it's an extra $5 billion that comes in. Not too shabby, too shabby. And we are going to open the market in 30 seconds.
2 seconds, yeah. Still got 30 seconds, Roberto. I would say I'm still bullish in AMD. I mean, this NVIDIA x86 NVLink connection, we don't know how it's going to go. But I'm not a bear on AMD. I'm not selling. I'm not running out there to sell my shares of AMD on this event. It just creates a little bit of pressure, respectfully. But I think AMD still has the opportunity to be a strong winner in this space.
Yeah, I want to discuss AMD a little bit.
That ding, 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 ding. We got the market open. Welcome.
Bing bong, bing bing bong, bing bing bong. Markets are open. Markets are open. And yeah, Intel is not up 30%
Thanks, Jose.
just yet. Exactly. It's only up 25%. The heat map will refresh. The heat map will refresh, which it is refreshing, which looks quite good at the moment. Looks quite good at the moment. We have some red, of course, for AMD, 5.5% down. Iron down a tiny bit. Nebius is okay now up 0.5,
Nice.
and that's about
Nebius is
it.
did a nice turnaround from that 90.
Yeah, and Oscar as well, Jose. Oscar as well yesterday. Went under 17 and we closed above it. We closed above it.
Yo, applied at sitting at 220. Wow. Wild.
Yeah. I mean, ASML
Nice.
has also gone up super. Like
Yeah, it's in the
it's not a
900s again.
coincidence anymore, right? Now
Yeah,
we know
yeah.
why
It
it
seems
went up.
people knew this was happening. It's wild. It is wild how the market knows.
Yeah. It's PayPal is not at $70. Almost. Almost. Now, but yeah, for AMD, what do you see happening right now? Because of course, this is an announcement that optics not great for AMD, but it doesn't change anything for the MI400. It doesn't change anything for the MI500 because anything that you work on or start working on today is not going to come out tomorrow. It's for 20, maybe 27 or something like that. Yeah.
It's still green. It's still green. Yeah, I think agree, Neil. I think the optics just look ugly, but I think the roadmap is hopefully what we're gonna hear in this presentation. So I think the roadmap is gonna paint a lot more picture, right? Because if Synopsys is up right now 11%, but they end up saying that this is not gonna be using Intel 18A or maybe 14A, then Synopsys might be up for no reason, right? Because they still invested that money and they're not going to increase their guidance based on this. So the optics look great if you're expecting things in the short term. I don't expect much in the short term. Designing takes a long time, at least 2 years. So unless they've been working on something like this for a lot earlier, at least on the design side, and they're coming in here, look, next year we're announcing we're going to be releasing it. That'd be something different. The thing I would say though is Intel already has their own CPUs and they're somewhat good at them. And Nvidia has their own GPU. So it's not like it's more the connection part between them that can still be tricky. But because of that, maybe the roadmap might actually be a little bit shorter than initially thought.
Yeah, because with the Xeons, I think they're already working together. Intel and Nvidia.
Yeah, the
So yeah.
DGX B200s are using Intel's
Yeah.
8000 whatever, which I don't know. I don't know if that's Intel Xeon 6 or whatever that is. Their
Yeah.
naming and product numbers are pretty weird.
Oscar is up 1%, so interesting. But yeah, Intel is still holding up above $30, which for me is fine. And now that you're here, my strike price is $30 for January 2027. What do you say?
Wow, that's a really great price. I I'm not too. I would say first thing I would try to understand is now your call is in the money, right? It's in the money. How does pricing kind of change? Are you like I don't know how to word this, but is your beta for options usually or the volatility? I think beta might be the right word. Is beta usually bigger when it's out the money and it gets closer to that strike price? And then once you start to get in the money, does the beta start to shrink a little bit and start to act more like the stock itself? I would see how option movement goes. If now your returns are not as high as when you were kind of completely out the money, maybe sell, I don't know how many, like 10%. I don't know. I'm guessing you're high a nice amount on these calls. You
Yeah,
always say it's
no,
never
I'm
dumb
going to be.
to take some gains and then let the rest ride.
Yeah, I mean that's what I think, like take away
Yeah.
my initial investment, because of course the further away you go from the strike price on the upside, the better the returns will be, especially since we are still a
Yeah,
year
but like,
out.
let's say the reason the thing I was thinking is like, let's say you're $28, right, and your price target is 30. From going to 28 to 30, the game between there is going to be some crazy amount because you're getting into the money. Now that you're in the money, you're in that 30, going from 30 to 32. Does it now start to still see that same type of return as you were seeing before when you were out the money? Or is it now just moving more like a stock? If it's just moving more like a stock, that might change the overall concept of how much you want to hold. I'm not an option player, but that's what I would like to learn a little bit more. If the curve of return changes a little bit once you enter in the money, and is it worth still holding? Like, I don't know if my thoughts make sense to you there, Neil.
No, it like you're saying, like the upside afterwards, is it still worth holding the options, or is it worth I since there is just so much time left, and I do think that we can go to 40 in the next 6 months, right? Especially with these deals and the momentum, then yeah, the upside is still quite significant and way more than just holding shares. Um, but yeah, I see what you mean with that. This is a strategy I've seen in the chat before: sell call options, buy shares, sell covered calls. At if when
Or
you
another thing you can do, Neil, is maybe not sell your options, but let's say you have a 1 year out. I don't know, what is it, 1 year out, 2 year out time frame on these options.
now it's 1.4. Yeah,
1.4. What another thing you can do is kind of like sell calls, but not at that two. Like, sell. Let's say you have 100 options. Sell 5 calls for next month. So then it's like you can still kind of build that income with it. You already you're kind of have like
at
the
the same
covered
strike.
calls. Yes, no, and at a higher strike. So
Mm.
kind of like a income coming in.
Yeah, okay.
And you don't do it 100%, but at least now you're reducing your cost basis. And if it hits it, oh, you actually technically sold it at a higher price than you would have
Yeah,
been selling it right now. If you don't, you're reducing
you
your
collect.
cost base. Yep. Mhm. So
Okay,
I forget, that's like a
interesting.
calendar spread, where it's like you're selling the cause way before your original, and you can just keep doing that. But again, there's different ways about it.
Yeah,
Typically, also, like you mentioned, keep it simple. Maybe just sell a few, collect a nice return, let the rest run.
yeah, might do that. Might do that. My account officially all timer. Well, congratulations, Oliver. Congratulations. Um, Christopher, also appreciate the super chat here. We do appreciate all of you coming in each and every day. ASML, what is it doing? Up 7, 8? What is it? Up 5.4 at 919 right now. Not too bad. Not too bad for this one. AMD's seeing a little bit of buying action, not so much,
Mhm.
but holding that $150 line
Um,
for the moment. For the moment,
yeah, I think the real turnaround story for a lot of these stocks price today will be the press release.
the call,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, because then they'll actually, I hope, well, hopefully they'll explain
yeah,
a bit more
and I'm
about.
guessing there's going to be a Q&A session after it too. Typically, with certain events like this, is it's
Let's actually see what they write. Um, they will conduct a webcast press conference. Ah, maybe there
uh,
will be, maybe not.
yeah. Um, this is one I just got into, Neo Solaris. Um, I don't know. Is ticker SEI? Is it up today? I talked about it. If anybody's curious, my thoughts, I did talk about it in a video
Whoa.
yesterday. Um, it's an energy play, Neo, with a $2 billion market cap. XAI actually uses them for some of their turbines. Um, to me, it's an energy market that has a big AI player right now with a market cap of around $2 billion. So that's kind of my top level overall thesis on this one. I think my price entry was like 31, 32. Nothing too far from here. Um, But again, I think with the overall ecosystem, energy is cool, but most of the energy players were either not quantum, nuclear plays that had crazy growth expectations, or um, very mature, very mature in energy or utilities company that I didn't I don't believe could be a multi-bagger. This one kind of falls a little bit with the $2 billion market cap, with the growth opportunities. I decided why not.
Okay, interesting.
Mhm.
Interesting. Duolingo up 283, up to 200, up 1.6%. Nebius is now down a little bit. AST is down 1.4, AMD down 1, United held down. Oscar is now down again. Um, BMNR,
8% today.
um, I'm not Dutch. I'm as Dutch as Max Verstappen. He's born in Belgium, for those that are unaware. But yeah, you see, Roberto, even though you joined this YOLO bet a bit late, we are still making money.
You
We're
also had
still
another super chat, Neil, but it didn't go through. But
from
Connor,
Connor.
yeah, this is I think what he wanted to send in the super chat. Your thoughts on Baba, Connor? I got you. See, this is what I'm here for. This is what I'm here
No, no,
for.
I was
Neil's
reading what
assistant.
thoughts on Alibaba. I was like, let's actually look at Alibaba, and then I see that there is suddenly a super chat above it. I was like, same guy. But thoughts on Alibaba, I still hold it. I still haven't sold a share. Still view it as cheap, and I still like my play here. Um, Still like my play. There is momentum in the business, and there's definitely momentum in the stock here. Yes, it's still a Chinese company. I know, um, but I still like it. I still like it. Am I buyer here? No, I bought actually here last time. So end of August. Whoa, actually, crazy how fast it re- it it's up 35% in like the last two weeks and a half or so. Um, but yeah, that's my thoughts on Alibaba. Still holding, still bullish on it. Still bullish on it. Thoughts on Mama? Jose, have you
Did I say
was this
Mama? Are you calling me Mama? I don't know what's going on here.
no, apparently
Is it
Mama
an
is a
actual
company.
stock? Oh, I thought. I'm like
I
Neil.
don't,
I'm married. Um,
I don't
Never heard
know
of them.
what.
Mama's
No,
Creation. I would hope they're some form of baked goods. If not, I don't know. If they're baked goods, bullish. If it's not baked goods, not bullish.
let's see what they are. Mama's Creation. Wouldn't be surprised if it's like a semiconductor. No, it's not. It manufactures and markets prepared refrigerated food primarily in the United States. But now I'm confused. Maybe he wanted to say Mara from Marathon,
Mm,
the Bitcoin miner thing,
yeah. I mean,
because
you don't
that
know.
that would make more sense. That would make
You
more sense. Um, hmm, what is
boom,
Mara actually doing right now?
Not
It's
enough.
1.2. Okay, 1.2. I wanted to check Unity, because Unity,
I'm surprised they didn't crash.
so they went down a little bit, but they did
Ah,
recover after
yeah.
what Zuck said
Yeah.
about the
Suck was like,
Horizon
it's a great
Studio
platform, but I don't
engine.
want it anymore.
Yeah, when he said that, I was like, this is you still going back to the I want to buy you. Yeah, I couldn't, so now I made my own, um, which again is pretty impressive. Like the Horizon engine and
Hmm.
studio that they showed, it's pretty impressive. Um, but yeah, it's holding up quite well. Unity
What is
only
Meta doing?
down
Is after the event?
1.3,
Nice.
up 1.3, and I'm surprised that Duolingo is not down
Hmm.
2.2% because of the translation feature. Usually, every time there is a translation
Yeah,
feature announced around the globe,
I
it,
thought it
it
would
does
have.
come down.
Yeah, I thought it would have.
um, what else? What is Open doing? Is it still 10? flat. Yeah, still 10. Still 10. So yeah, all in all, pretty good. PayPal
Hmm.
is flat. Ugh, it couldn't. It couldn't stay at 70. Damn it. Too much to ask. Too much to
Oscar
ask.
is red. Before we leave, I have done my job. I have done my job.
Yeah. With that said,
Check out my latest video. Thank you.
um, yeah, check out Jose's latest video. Jose's
We'll check
latest
out
video.
Neil's latest video.
I didn't post anything today.
But then I didn't say today's latest video. I just said your latest video.
No, but Jose's latest video is from 32 minutes ago.
I wonder why I was late.
What is the video about? Nvidia just saved Intel investors.
It's about mamas.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you all for joining us this fine morning, this very fine morning. Hopefully, we all have a wonderful day. For those that are interested, 1 p.m. Eastern, Nvidia CEO and Intel CEO will have a press conference. I will not be live. I will not be home. Maybe Jose is no.
Don't
Probably
think so.
someone
Yeah.
we'll talk about it, and if not, we'll probably talk about it the next time.
Well, maybe.
So,
I don't know. Maybe. I'll think about it.
Voilà, we'll see.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you all for joining. Congrats to all of us Intel shareholders. Finally, we have something to smile about. We have something to smile about. And then to the PayPal ones, our time in the sun will come. I don't know who has to come to save them,
my goodness.
but the way things are going, I will continue to champion this one. But yeah, have a good day, everyone.